can't do it on my computer.
Potty mouth, you guys.
Can you
I'm sure you hear this in the background. She's such a potty mouth right now.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, why?
Excuse my potty mouth. Can you log in and I see if I can just send?
Oh, you can just log on to my computer. This is how we do it. It's Friday night. Hey. Such a 80s babies. But 80 early 90s, whatever. So this is my first YouTube video. Very first time attempting this. God, the lighting is in here. It's so bright.
Are you recording me?
I am.
Where am I?
Dr. Tristan has to sign up. You gotta sign here before this is for this one.
Are you looking at me with that?
Let me turn it for you.
No, don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't touch the music.
No, I'm not. I'm going to.
No, bring the minimize that screen over there to your left. Yeah, minimize that screen. You see the portal. So let's see, you guys. What do we want to discuss? Let me show y'all Scary. See Scary? Diana, what should we discuss?
Have we done our little notice to what we're going to discuss?
At this bullshit and ass meeting?
I'm talking about potty mouth.
I'm not making any notes because I'm gonna be there in body.
What are you gonna do?
But I'm not gonna be there in spirit.
I'm gonna just sit down like.
Fake smile the entire time. That's what the hell we could talk about is when your job start giving you problems. Work has never been an issue.
It's the sunrise, right? Just the XA?
Yeah. Never had an issue where I'm employed at right now. But all of a sudden, we went through a merge and it has been fucking disaster. Let's just say that. So, it is what it is. Gotta play politics, I guess. Scary, so scary. Why are you scared of the camera time? The phone ringing again? God damn it, go away. So anyway, they call him, but it must be about billing. So let's see. Let's talk about what we're going through in life right now.
That's not it.
Exit? What are you trying to get to? The hospital side, or are you getting to where you gotta go?
Yeah, to the hospital side to do his orders.
I don't know.
But that's where you look patients up. Isn't that sunrise?
Yeah.
That same? So what the hell's this?
I don't know. I've never done his orders. Like that look like the screen, but I'm not sure.
No, I've always looked
We're
at
not a
the
doctor. Him is a doctor. Okay, so since this is my first video, you guys, sorry for being distracted a little. Let me just tell you guys a little bit about me. My name is Monique, and I am from South Carolina, Charleston. And right now I've been living in Orlando, Florida for the past long 5 years. It has most definitely been a change of pace for me and a little bit of a challenge adapting, but it is what it is. I enjoy doing what I do here as far as working in the field, the medical field or whatever, but I'm not quite sure if Florida is going to be the last place that I resign. I am currently thinking about maybe possibly relocating to Texas. Just haven't quite made up my mind yet, but so you have it. I'm a typical female. I like everything that everybody like as a girl likes, like the music and the makeup and the clothes and the shopping or whatever. So I feel like my YouTube channel is going to be a little bit about everything, and we just going to ride this wave together and see whatever obstacles life brings me and how I maneuver through them. So if you think it's something that you want to tune into, definitely feel free. So other than the chaos at my workplace at this moment, Jaleese, where you going at? Are you hiding? She's hiding. Can you get a scissors and cut this little piece right here? this flyaway stuff. Just make sure it's not my hair. But so right now I am currently engaged. Yeah, buddy. I met somebody that I really care about. Is it the weave?
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't really care about him. You're in love. You may care about me, but you're in love with him.
Let me just give you guys a little short description. Like, this probably will be like, on this situation, I'll have like multiple videos about this situation because it's been like, it's a very trying situation. It's definitely not the easiest thing in the world to do. Being in a relationship with somebody who is in another country.
Long distance.
Long distance when your little hee-haw gets a little warm and you can't do nothing. It's tickling and you can't quite do anything.
Well,
It's, you know.
When you got an itch, you got to scratch.
I know that's right. But when I see him,
That's why you got your toys.
you're right about that, but toys don't quite get the job done all the time because sometimes you just
You
want
may-
to
you
feel
may
that
need
person's touch.
You may need some new batteries.
You just sometimes want to feel a person's touch, like you just.
Oh, I know. That is those warm lotions.
But anyway, so let me tell you guys, got my passport. One of my homegirls were planning a trip. I guess you could kind of call this a little story time. One of my homegirls was planning a trip going to the Dominican Republic or whatever have you. And so she was like, you want to go, whatever. And I was like, sure. Like, it was my first time going out of the country where, like, I wasn't on a cruise or anything. Like, I was legit, like, going, I guess, to stay, like, in an all-inclusive. The experience, like I'm in a science class. The experience was most definitely an experience. I won't chime too much into that because, you know, I don't want somebody to see my this video and feel no type of way. But let's just say I went on that trip and I felt like I needed a do-over. Well, while being on that trip, I met the person that I fell in love with, who I want to be with for the rest of my life. Let's just say that. So I honestly thought, for me, I thought that it was just going to be like, saw him on vacation. It was just that. Don't have any intentions on probably ever seeing him again. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm going to leave here. He's going to go back to living his life. I'm going to obviously go back to living mine. And this is just where we're going to be. So while we were, while I was there, we were there for, I think we were there for like 7 or 8 days. So like when I first met him, I would say probably for like the first couple of days, like I would meet up with him. And I had told him, I was like, hey, like I want to leave off of the resort. Like I had already told my friend, mind you, like I was the oldest out of all of them. So I had already kind of told her, like, I didn't plan on coming on this trip, leaving out of the country to go see palm trees that I could see in Florida or anywhere. Like, I want to go out and see the place. I want to see the locals. I want to go eat at a local restaurant. I want to go party at a regular club. Like, I just want to go out and actually see Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, whatever have you. So she was like, I'm not leaving off of no resort. Like, this is a third world country. No one's going to kill me. And I'm like, bitch, we in a third world country. We just facing different things. Like, it's really no difference there to me there than here. Other than, I mean, it's country difference, like the country wise. But I mean, as far as the same shit that can happen to you in the U.S. can happen to you there. So when it was like 5 of us, we all had went out to eat one night, and Carlos was working. Carlos is his name. So Carlos was working, and I was just like, I don't drink, so he was like, you want to try mimosa? You want to try? Like, I was kind of trying all the drinks that everybody else was trying, but virgin. Like, I had got to try the daiquiri, and I was like, oh my God. Like, after the second try, I was like, just bring me a Coca-Cola. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't want to try anything else. So he was like, Coca-Cola? And I was like, yeah. So I saw him that night. We laughed. We chucked it up. I didn't really want to exchange numbers there because I really didn't want everybody in my business. So I was like, I'll wait till if I see him again, like if fate shows where I see him again, then I see him again, and then we'll exchange contacts or whatever have you, and I will go from there. So the next morning, mind you, I run a medical office, so every morning, my schedule is like I get up early. So even though I was on vacation, I was still waking up early as a rooster, I guess you could say, because like I've been getting up that early since 2004, so there's some years now. So that morning I got up early and I went to go have breakfast, and I was by myself because nobody else got up early. So I went to go eat breakfast, and Carlos saw me and he was like, Coca-Cola, and I just smiled. I was like, yeah. And so he gave me a hug, and then I had sat down and I had eaten or whatever, and then I was like, before I left, like I was waiting for him to come to my table, like I was kind of stalking him. But I was waiting for him to come to my table or walk back past me or something. Like I was like, I'm not leaving this restaurant until I talk to him. So I got him and I was like, he happened to walk back past and he was like, you're finished? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I was like, oh, I said, are you on Facebook? And he was like, yeah, I'm on Facebook. He said, you have WhatsApp? And I was like, no, I don't know WhatsApp. I have an iPhone, like, because I'm so used to talking to people, like, internationally. And almost everyone that I talk to has an iPhone. So, you know, we just FaceTime or iMessage or whatever. So I was like, no, I don't got no WhatsApp. Like, what's that? Like, at the time, I didn't even know what WhatsApp was. So we exchanged Facebook information or whatever. And he Facebooked me and he gave me his number. And then I was like, okay, like, what do I say? And mind you, like, Carlos speaks English, but not fluent English. Like, he can understand English, but he's not very fluent. And then from where I'm from South Carolina, like, we have a tendency of talking a little fast. So when we would be together, he'd be like, slow down, you gotta talk slower. And then I feel retarded because I'm trying to talk all slow, and that's just typically not how we talk. So anyway, so we exchange each other's numbers. I wind up downloading WhatsApp, and then at that time, like, the Dominican Republic is a predominantly Spanish country, so I got tired of not being able to communicate with anyone. So I was like, I am going to download Google Translator, because I'm not doing another day of not being able to talk to these people. Like, I can't do this. So I downloaded Google Translator, and so then me and Carlos would start talking. And then that night he didn't get off until late, and so I was like, when you get off, like, I was supposed to go to an all red party that night, but instead of going to the all red party, I ditched the party and I went to go hang out with him. So we went and we hung out on the beach and stuff like that, and Carlos was trying to smash. He was trying to secure the bag. God, I hate when my makeup do that. Like, I hate when it does that. But so I was like, no, like, well, that didn't happen the first day, but a couple of days. We had done hung out a couple of days, and I was like, no, like, I don't want to have sex. Like, I want to get to know you. We've been there, done that. Like, let's take the time to get to know one another, and then we go from there. So anyway, so we hang out on the beach that night. We walked the beach, just chilling or whatever, and then he had to be to work that next morning. So the next morning I saw him while he was at work, and he was like, when you see me, we cannot kiss. I'm not supposed to interact with the guests. I'm like, okay. So in my mind, I was like, all right, out of sight, out of mind. I'm gonna act like I don't even know you. Like, okay, I see you and I don't see you. So I see him and I was like, hey, and smiling or whatever. Carlos comes up to me and he's like, didn't you just tell me that we're supposed to act like we don't know each other, and here you are? And I'm not really used to that public stuff, so I was like, so we kissed or whatever, and then you're leaving me?
I think I'm done with this.
So
These are my encounters.
well, grab the encounter. So we, where was I? She interrupted me. So I see him, he kisses me or whatever, and then he was like, so will I see you later? And I was like, yeah, of course, like, see. And so I wind up falling asleep. Like, bitch, let me tell y'all, you guys obviously don't know me, and if anybody who sees this who does know me, like, if we're I'm the type of person, my body is such in a routine. If we plan on going out, but we better get together at a decent time, because if you let me sit down and rest, I'm liable to fall asleep on you. Then you're gonna be mad because you're gonna be calling me like, we're supposed to be going out, and I'm knocked the fuck out. So I had wind up falling asleep, so he was blowing up the phone. And I fell asleep. I was so tired. I just didn't stay up. And he didn't get off, I think, till like midnight or something. So my friends had went to a party or whatever. So that was that. So then that next day he got off. He was working that morning. I saw him that morning. He got off at noon. So we wound up meeting up at noon. And then we went to a beach called Macau Beach, and we had lunch, and we were out there for like 4 or 5 hours together. And then we just was on a beach and just enjoying the moment, living the life of just spending time with one another. And then he had to be back by like 6 o'clock or whatever, because he had to go to work. So from 6 o'clock we would message each other, talk to each other, and then what have you. The next day we got together, which was kind of like my last day there. And I honestly thought, like, in my mind, I was like, I am, probably never going to talk to him again. I'm never going to see him again. Like, this was just vacation, and it is what it is. And then we talked every single day, all day. Like, we missed each other. It was just like, oh my God. So because I felt the way that I felt about the trip, and I felt like I definitely needed a do-over, as that being my first time ever going out of the country, this light is like bothering me. As my first time going out of the country, and I felt like it wasn't the best experience, I was like, I definitely need a do-over. So that was October that we went. So December, I went back December the 6th. The time when I went back December 6th, I was there for 8 days, which I will wait till I'm with Jasmine to chime in on that experience of what that was like on, let's just say we missed our flight, that part. And she said I was running through the airport like, stop the plane. I don't recall. Yeah, she was like, Monique, you went running through the airport like, stop the plane, like, and all actual honesty, like, we could have gotten on that flight. Like, we could have checked our bags and got on that flight, because they was being petty. They wouldn't let us get on a flight. I'm just saying. So he was like really surprised, like, oh my God, like, you're coming back to see me, this, that, and the third. And so oh my God, that trip was so much better than the first trip. We did not do an all-inclusive like I did the first time that I was there. That time when I went on that trip, we stayed in an Airbnb. So it was like a 2-bedroom condo. The beach was like literally in the backyard. Only thing I didn't like about it is it didn't have a stove. Which since I'm all new to this YouTube thing, I'm gonna have to figure out how to put this footage together, so when me and Jasmine tells the story, I can show you guys the footage of us trying to bake a cake on a stove, because we were YouTube and stuff. I was like, we can bake a cake on a stove and all this kind of stuff. So I mean, that when I tell you, like, that trip was just such a better experience than the first time, and we just had a blast, and I got to spend time with him, and we got to seal the deal, honey. And I was like, he about to be mine.
I'm gonna have some of that.
Let's just say the first time I met him, I was like, no, we're not. Like, I'm not. You're gonna get to know me. If you want to get to know me, then maybe we can make it there to the next level, but you're gonna get to know me first. So by the time I had went back the second time, obviously we had been talking for some time at that point, and yeah, so Yeah. So and me, I was always like, oh, I'm like pro-black. I will not talk to nobody else outside of my race. I am only gonna talk to a black man. And I was all Google eye for that Spanish man. I'm trying to tell you. When in Carlos' eyes, Carlos says, I'm a nigga. I'm like, no. He be like, you're white. I'm black. I'm gonna need you to understand I'm a little more black than you. You're Dominican. I am black. Like, don't let this complexion fool you. I mean, I'm probably mixed with something down the line, but my mom is dark skin and my dad is fair skin, and yeah, so that's that. So anyway, so yeah, so I swear it was like 7 days, the best time of my life. I didn't want to leave, and when I left, I boohoo cried. Like, if I could just turn the hands of time, like if I could just not leave and stay there, but I don't know how to speak Spanish. Yeah, like just let's just pause this for a moment and let me just seize this moment and just be there. It would just be like probably the best time of my life. Like I was telling my mom, like if I didn't have a car note and responsibilities and all that stuff, I would have packed a bag. I would have put my stuff in storage. I would have rented out my condo and packed a bag, and I would have went to go live in another country. It would have irritated me living in Dominican Republic because I don't speak Spanish, but I'm a guess eventually I would have known. I would have been a, I don't know, Rita or somebody. I would have been, hola, ¿cómo estás? Bien, bien.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
I would have been speaking something. But
Spanglish.
yeah, I say that I am bilingual. I'm Ebonics in English. So now when I go back, you guys, I'm going to get married, and then I will start the process of trying to figure out how to get him here and be together and live life happily ever after. When I tell you, like, that person, like, put a sparkle near your eye. When the lights are dim, the room can light up. Just feel with so much life. That person brings so much joy. I mean, it's a feeling that I have never felt. And I don't ever want it to stop. Like, I never wanted to stop. So this is one wave that I'm going to ride it out to the fullest and just see where it goes. Sounds crazy, but I met the man that I feel like I'm going to spend the rest of my life in another country, in the Dominican Republic, and I don't regret any moment of it. So that's just a little piece of me at this moment that I'm sharing and allowing you guys to come into my world, and we just gonna see where this world takes us, where this storyline goes, and I'll keep you guys in touch. I mean, if anybody wants to know the experience of dating someone in another country, bringing them here, and we can go through this together, because it ain't easy. It definitely isn't easy. And my time, like, I've never been a long distance person. Like, I'm that person that I feel like, oh, I just need him here. Like, I want to be with him in the same place, and I find myself being okay. Like, I'm making it through. No, I'm not going to be able to do this forever, but I know that the end result is me and him both being in the same place. And when that day comes, that will be the day that I feel like I am living. I am living. And I will be living my life with him, the person who I want to spend the rest of my life with. And I'm going to make sure that he comes here and he doesn't get into that American dream of punching anyone's clock. We're going to put our heads together and make a business together that can flourish and be here, maybe there, and we can live life and just be happy and hopefully make some babies and
practice and exercise making babies?
Yeah, just, you know, I want everything that typically any female wants. So just can't wait to see what happens and see what unfolds between the two. And I'm gonna blog and I'm gonna share every moment I possibly can while I'm doing it. And I'm living my life. So you guys will see me in my truths. You will see me go through the up and downs of this. And we just gonna ride out together. So this is the beginning. This is the chapter's already started, but this is the introduction. So let's just see. Let's do this together. But I enjoy you guys watching, and thank you for tuning in, and feel free to subscribe. You know, everybody says that on the YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe, but I don't want it to feel like you're subscribing. Feel free to join this family and us all being united and being one. And let's just live life experiences through the fullest, and let's just, like I said before, go through this way together. We're gonna go through this together, and we're gonna grow together. This is the foundation, and I'm ready to build it. So let's see where this goes. Again, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, I guess, until my next video. And if you guys like this video and you feel like you want to give me some ideas for the next, you can obviously feel free. There's no closed doors here. It's nothing but an open door policy, as long as they respect. And I guess once me and Jasmine probably gets together this weekend and we both put some makeup on, beat our face a little, we can do a video together, and I can show you guys, or well, tell you guys what it was like the time that we missed our flight on our second trip. But it is what it is. But again, thank you guys for tuning in, and until next time, let's be happy and live life and enjoy every morning. Don't let no one steal your joy.